Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to the sunny Gold Coast and welcome to World Title Fight Week. Today is the official press conference ahead of this world title fight between Australia's own defending WBO super welterweight champion of the world, Tszyu, and the challenger, for whom we are still waiting, America's Brian Mendoza. Now, this event is brought to you by No Limit Boxing Promotions with the support of strategic partners Tourism and Events Queensland and Major Events Gold Coast. And here today, representing Mayor Tom Tate, is the chair of the City of Gold Coast's Economy, Tourism and Events Committee. It is Councillor Bob Lacastro.
Thanks, man, and I've got to say the Gold Coast is pumped and we're pretty ecstatic to be welcoming to our beautiful beachside city two great champion boxers in the form of Australia's own Tszyu and Brian Mendoza from the USA. Gold Coasters have really taken Tim to their hearts and adopted him as one of our own, and I know the love that Tim has for our city, describing this as his second home. So we're absolutely stoked that in the space of 4 months, this will be the second world title fight. So thanks, Tim, for choosing to come here to the Gold Coast for this great event. It's going to be a mega matchup, there's no doubt about it. Both these fighters have got outstanding records. Tim with a 23-0, Brian Mendoza with a 22-2. Both of them actually winning most of their fights through knockouts, technical knockouts. So it's going to be a blockbuster at the Gold Coast Convention and Exhibition Centre. And as I say, a huge shout out to not only to Tim and his team, but also to No Limit Boxing, to the Rose brothers, to George, Matt and Trent. Thanks so much for choosing the Gold Coast again as your destination, your preferred destination. Yeah, they do deserve a huge round of applause for that. The Gold Coast, in boxing terms, certainly does punch above its weight when it comes to global boxing events. The last fight was a sellout. There's only a few tickets left, so if you haven't got one, make sure you do get one for Sunday. Half of the audience for the last fight came from outside of the Gold Coast, injecting money into our economy. So again, thanks to Tim, thanks to No Limit Boxing, thanks to Fox Sports, and I'm backing Tim to take out the big one. It's a great fight card, but I'm backing him to take it out on Sunday, October 15th. Thanks again.
Thank you, Councillor. Okay, now, as you can see, we have not only one of the main event fighters, but also plenty of this stacked undercard who are joining us here today. Of course, there are still some tickets available, as has been mentioned. Otherwise, you can watch all of the action on main event television, which is available via KO and Foxtel. It's brought to you by No Limit Boxing Promotions. George Rose, how are you enjoying the Gold Coast sun?
Mate, I'm absolutely loving it. It's very hot up here at the moment. I can't wait to rip this suit off, get into the budgies and get back down to the beach where I spent all morning. It's a fantastic place to bring fights. It's one of the best places in Australia, without a doubt. So very grateful for Tourism and Events Queensland, Major Events Gold Coast, and of course Gold Coast City Council for the support for this event and helping making it happen.
Now, as we can see, the challenger has arrived. It is, ladies and gentlemen, Brian Mendoza. Thanks for coming. Good to see him here, George.
Absolutely. I was a little bit nervous for a second there, but, you know, Tszyu's the star of the show and we had him here, so it's, you know, that was the most important part.
Tell us how you feel as a promoter ahead of a fight like this. There is a legitimate world title just to your right here, and it is being risked against one of the biggest pound-for-pound punchers in global boxing on Sunday.
I love this, and look, I've got nothing but respect for both guys for putting themselves in this position. I think they're the two best guys in the division without a doubt. They're the best names in the division other than the other champion, and these guys are putting it all on the line. And you know, the fact that we're able to witness it firsthand and be a part of this, you know, it's a great opportunity for Australia and a great opportunity for the Gold Coast.
Where do you think Tim's at? We saw against Carlos Ocampo, it was a disrupted preparation, there was a dog bite, all sorts of bits and pieces, and he clearly wanted to get that done in a hurry. Where's he at for this one?
Look, the exciting thing for me was yesterday I heard Tim say that there's a lot more to come, that we haven't seen yet what he's going to do. And I'm already that impressed with Tszyu. Tszyu's amazing, you know, I'm already impressed with what he can do, but the fact that he's saying that he's got other levels that he's going to take it to, it's, man, I really can't wait to see what happens come Sunday morning, come Sunday Arvo here in the Gold Coast, because you see Brian Mendoza walking around really calm and confident. You know, it's going to make for a really tough fight, but you know, that's why I think it's really important that everyone here in Australia gets behind Tszyu. You know, Tszyu doing this for all of us. So he's our he's our champion, he's our world champion, and he's representing Australia. So we've got to get behind him. As nice as Brian is, you know, we love Brian, but we love Tszyu a hell of a lot more. So make sure that everybody gets behind him.
Yeah. Is that the message? Do you think people are being a little bit too nice to our friend Brian Mendoza through the course of this build-up?
No, look, we're grateful because we've got nothing but respect for Brian. I've said many times that Brian is a lot like Tim. His journey's been a lot like Tim. He's fought his way to the position that he's in. He carries himself with respect. He's been fantastic to deal with, him and his team. And that's why, you know, there's a lot of respect for him there, but at the end of the day, we've got to remember that Timmy's our guy. We've got to make sure that we get behind him. So this is a really close fight. This is a 50-50 fight, and the difference I think that's going to happen is that crowd on Sunday and the people that are supporting at home. So the rest of Australia is going to help us get it there.
Yeah, that's right. So you can get to the event, of course, on Sunday. Otherwise, you can watch on Main Event. But do join us as well tomorrow, because this is where we will have the weigh-in tomorrow. We're hoping for a big crowd on Saturday ahead of Sunday's fight. So I want to ask you about the co-main event. Sam Goodman, he's the #1 ranked challenger in the world in his division with 2 of the sanctioning bodies. He takes on the very experienced Miguel Flores. Tell us about that fight.
Look, Sam fought himself into a great position on his last fight, and he could be sitting around relaxing and waiting for another bigger opportunity. But I love that he's getting in amongst it. He's taken on a guy like Miguel Flores, very respected guy out of the States. A very tough fight for him. But it's a chance for him to make a name for himself over in the States too. This is going across into Showtime across in America. So he wants more people to learn about him and see what's coming for him, because it's a really tough fight. A win there for Sammy is going to set him up even more. He's ready to roll at any opportunity.
George, I'll let you grab your towel if you'd like, but
Thanks,
do you want to tell us about the tickets? Because I believe there still are a few left.
There are a couple of tickets left. Make sure you get down. We put on a good show. That's what we're about. We love this. You know, we want you to have a good time. Get amongst it. Get in and support our fighters. We've got a great undercard here too. And you know, I'd like to throw the challenge out to anyone on the undercard to try and steal the show. We think we've matched one of the best cards that we've put together in quite some time. So anybody here on this undercard who wants to try and steal the show, make a name for yourself. Take this opportunity. You're going to have a sellout crowd, and you're going to have hundreds of thousands of people watching across the country and then globally as well.
Thanks so much, George Rose. We're going to talk to that undercard right now. We'll head down to the bottom table, and you'll see this fight on Fox Sports in the morning. 8 3-minute rounds at a catchweight between Hamdan and Danvers Cuschieri. The first time that we've had the pleasure of having Danvers on one of these cards, and it must be incredibly exciting for you to be a part of a show like this, Danvers.
Yeah, mate, I'm excited.
Just move forward to the microphone, mate.
Sorry, yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, mate, I'm excited.
That's it. That's
Very, very excited.
You needn't have bothered moving to the microphone, to be fair.
I thought it was already set up, my bad.
What have you made of the build-up? Because it's really been dominated for your fight with the war between his trainer, Jeff Fennick, and your trainer, Ben Saba.
Yeah, I'd like to see them in a charity boxing match, to be fair. It'd be good, I reckon.
You think so?
Yeah, why not?
I don't know how old Jeff is nowadays, and he's got a new heart. I don't know if it's a great idea.
Fair enough.
Hey, how about Ben fight me instead of Jeff? Once I'm
Yeah,
done
worry
with
about
you,
me first,
Once
fella.
I knock you out, Ben, you can
nice.
step up. I'll fight you, no problem. Come out of retirement. Are you in for it? No problem. So once you're done, you're next.
Well, that's just
And,
been
hey,
accepted by Ben Saba
microphones
as
are made
well.
to speak into, bro. You can't speak like this. Trust me. Hey, you're done and you're next. Simple as. You're done and you're next. You're done and you're next. Oh,
Anyway, it
brother,
doesn't
this
matter.
right hand, no problem.
Well, we're seeing Ben Saba, the trainer of Danvers Cuschieri over here, who has accepted the challenge by the looks of things to fight against
Except, so
Hamdan.
you've just admitted that he's going to... I said, once I'm done with him, you're next. Once I'm done with him, you're next. Nah, trust me. Trust me, brother.
Anyway,
You're
boys,
next.
can
You haven't
sort it
fought in
after.
4
The
years.
question, hey, the
You haven't
question was
fought in
over
4
here,
years.
brother. The
And
question
you
was
don't
over
talk,
here.
bro. You don't
Just
even
be
know if you're
quiet,
pro or
mate.
amateur.
Just be
You were
quiet,
pro.
brother.
You went back to the amateurs to qualify for the Olympics. You lost in the first round.
Hey, you know what?
lost
I
in
don't
the
want to
first
upset you.
round
I
of
don't want you to throw
qualifiers.
that bottle at my
And
head.
then I
and
knock
crack
you
your
out.
head.
No worries, bro.
I'm not
You're
a
going to worry more
75-year-old
about a
man, brother.
bottle.
What are you talking
You
to?
worry more about a bottle on
No,
Sunday.
don't worry
There's
about-
more than a bottle. There's 2 of these. Don't worry.
Hey, so
And
why'd you
you're
need
gonna
the
get
bottle against a 75-year-old man then, huh?
it. Was he 75?
I don't know, brother. You tell me.
All right.
You- Senior
And you,
citizen,
no worries,
brother.
he's done.
We're getting off track
He's
a
a
touch, I
pensioner.
think.
Don't worry about it, big man. Don't worry about it, big
You
boy.
know, you know what, Ben? I'm just glad that this fight is happening. You know what I mean? I was calling my manager every day, Steve Scanlon. I was gonna, obviously, I was.
Call your manager.
worried.
I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. It's not. The fight was never not gonna happen. I'm here. I'll show up.
Do you let
That's
everyone?
it.
Do you let anyone else
I'll
talk,
show
bro?
up. I'll show up.
Yeah, it's alright, brother.
I'll show
All right.
up.
You finished? You finished?
I'll show up, bro.
Are you finished?
That's it. I'm here.
Oh, you finished.
you wanna do
Anyway,
it now, we can do it
I'm
right
glad,
now.
I'm glad.
Do it right now, bro.
Hey, how come why at the hotel room you're like, oh, hey, brother, how are you? This
Okay,
and
hey,
that.
bro. What's up?
Yeah, what?
What's up?
Keep
What's
the
up?
same energy. Keep
Yeah,
the
what's
same
up?
energy.
What's
Keep
up,
the
bitch?
same energy.
What's up? Tell me. What's up?
Relax, Ali G.
What's
Relax.
up?
You're gonna fucking burst the blood vessel in your brain there, brother. Relax. Anyway, I'm glad the fight's going ahead. Like I said, I was worried that the fight wasn't going to go ahead. Haas got arrested, you know what I mean? Doing silly things outside the ring. That's none of my business, mate. I'm here to take care of business, and we'll see who the man is on Sunday night.
Thank you so much. That is Danvers, Cuschieri. Haas, some final words, if you will.
It's go time. It's go time. This is the first time you've ever been on this show. You didn't even know how to speak in the microphone, bro. So you're going to step in the ring. You're not going to know how to throw
fight, brother.
punches.
That's all I
I'm
need
going to
know
show you
how
how
to
it's
do.
done. This
That's
isn't
all
my
I need
first
to know
rodeo,
how
and
to
it's
do
not
is
my
fight,
last.
brother.
Well,
Wait until the camera's off. See what you're saying then.
there we go. We might wrap it up there, ladies and gentlemen. That is Haas Hamdan and Danvers Cuschieri. You'll see that on Fox Sports. Then we'll switch to pay-per-view, and the first of our fights will be at heavyweight. Tszyu Vasutu takes on Julius Long, who joins us down here at the front. The tallest heavyweight in global boxing, Julius Long, 7'1", and he's got a wealth of experience against the big punching Tszyu Vasutu. Julius, welcome. Great to have you here in Australia. What convinced you to take a fight against Tszyu?
Well, first of all, I'd like to say thanks to No Limit Promotion and for the team and for Tim for having me on this big card. Also would like to thank my team, Tony Schwartz, Matt Soap, and myself for coming out for this event. It's a beautiful event. I took this fight on short notice, most definitely. I'm a veteran in the game with over 47 fights. I'm the world's tallest fighter. So if you guys come out on the night, you guys are gonna see a special event. I'm happy to be fighting on the show, as I said, but I didn't have much time to prepare. But I will bring my best. I'm representing New Zealand, and I'm representing my team and my family of 3 girls, and boxing is my life. I've been doing it for a long, long time. I've seen the last fight with him against Kiki Latali. I was very impressed with him. I like the kid over there. He's doing good things. He's a good gentleman. He's a good fighter, most definitely. I have nothing bad to say about him. He's a good fighter. But at the end of the day, he didn't finish off Latali, and he suffered the loss. We both have suffered a loss against Latali. I suffered the loss twice. The first time I knocked Latali down 4 or 5 times, and I still lost on a draw, which is crazy on TV. But at the same time, he knocked Latali down in a fight, and Latali got back up and won the fight. So at the end of the day, I don't know why I'm here, but I'm here for a real reason.
All right. Tszyu, how do you prepare for a fight against a man who stands 7'1" and just under a foot taller than you?
First of all, I'd like to say Alhamdulillah. Thank you to the Rose Brothers for putting me back on another mad show. You know, Tszyu is the biggest card to date in my pro career, so I'm very grateful for it. Preparing wise, I prepare for him like I normally prepare for anyone. You know, I just train hard, I do what I have to do, and on the night, I just switch it on. Whatever's in front of me, I'll just go with whatever's there.
You were 5-0 with 5 stoppages before that last fight against Kiki Latali, your first professional loss. What have you changed, or what have you done since then?
Yeah, I took a lot of that out of that fight. A lot of experience from it, and I've focused more on my boxing now instead of trying to just be a puncher. Trying to change it up a bit because I've got a lot of boxing skill that I still got to showcase. So yeah, I'm looking forward to putting it all into play on Sunday night.
Fantastic. Can't wait to see the heavyweights in action. They'll start the pay-per-view. Then we have an historic fight which features these two ladies with Chanel Dargan and Amber Amelia fighting for the vacant Australian super bantamweight title. The first time that two Indigenous fighters have contested this belt. And I'll have a chat with Amber firstly. Amber, welcome to the Gold Coast. It must be a special feeling that you are contesting that belt and it comes against Chanel.
Yeah, it's always been a dream of mine to fight for this belt, so I feel very honoured to have the opportunity, and especially against Chanel. She's a good boxer, and it's going to be a really exciting fight. I can't wait. And
how special is it to you that this fight, a female fight, is taking place so prominently placed on a big card like this?
Yeah, it's awesome. It's an awesome opportunity. On the undercard of Tszyu, and for us girls to be able to fight for a title as well. I think it's really amazing opportunity.
What happens in this fight?
This fight's going to be, in my opinion, an 8-round war. It's going to be very exciting, and I think both of our styles in the ring together is going to make for a really good fight.
That's Amber Amelia. She'll fight against Chanel Dargan, who is never in a bad fight. Chanel, similar question to you. How special is it on such a big weekend for the Indigenous population that two Indigenous fighters are contesting this belt for the first time?
Yeah, this is an amazing experience, and to fight for an Australian title, I think that's what every boxer in Australia wants to do, and to get the opportunity to do that, especially with the new belt that has the Indigenous flag on it now, it makes it even sweeter, I think, and we're both very proud Indigenous women, and this is a very significant weekend as well, and yeah, I'm very excited.
Tell us what sort of a fight we're going to see, Chanel, because often you tell us that you're going to box and it's going to be scientific, and then 10 seconds in it turns into an all-out war. What happens here?
Look, I've got a new team. I've been with my coach Aaron, and I've been now with Ben Sava, and we've been working really hard to just refine who I am, but still have that excitement when I fight. So I definitely know it's going to be very exciting. And you said, you know, we might steal the show, I believe, being the only girls on here. We have a lot to prove, and yeah, I think we'll go out and steal the show.
Yeah, okay, so more of the same. That is the prediction from Chanel Dargan. Round of applause for those ladies, Chanel Dargan and Amber Amelia, contesting the Australian title as part of this pay-per-view event on Sunday. Now we head up to the top table, the co-main event, as mentioned earlier, between Sam Goodman, who is ranked #1 in the world at the moment with both the IBF and the WBO at super bantamweight. He's waiting for his world title shot. In between times, he's fighting a man who has contested a world title previously, who shared the ring with the likes of Abner Mares and Leo Santa Cruz. This is Miguel Flores. Miguel, welcome to Australia. Texas weather we've brought out for you.
Yeah, it looks like they brought the Texas weather out here. Man, it's hot. We won't have any trouble making weight now.
Yeah, well, that has been a query because you haven't fought this light for a very, very long time, aside from getting the sweat out now. How are you doing the weight?
Ready to be back in the shade. No, but it's been great, man. Australia's been great. Yeah, this is the lightest I've fought in a couple of years, but this is where I feel comfortable at. This is my natural weight, featherweight. It is a catch weight of 125, but 1 pound, I mean, it shouldn't be no big deal. We know Sam Goodman is a good fighter, good upcoming contender, and we have our hands full. And like I said, Australia's been great, but make no mistake, we're not here to make friends. We're here to, you know, put on the show on Sunday and go ahead and go back to Houston with the victory.
Sam had the performance of his career last time out on the Tszyu Via Campo card against Reis Aleem. What did you make of watching Sam against Aleem?
Man, that was a great win for him. I'm not going to say I was surprised because, you know, like I said, in the ring, anything can happen. But I thought he did enough to pull it off, and he put off a great victory, and that's why he's in the position he's in. You know, but we're, like I said, I mean, we're not here to make friends. We're here to beat him, and obviously we want to thank No Limit and everybody back at home, TGB, everybody that was you know, in charge of making this happen, man. Thank you, but we're here to, and I don't want to say we're here to upset because it's not going to be an upset. We're here to beat Sam Goodman.
Do you think the fact that you've shared the ring and gone the distance with Leo Santa Cruz, you've had a draw with Abner Mares, and you've been at that very top level gives you an advantage in a fight like this?
I wouldn't say an advantage. It's just experience you gain as the years go. You know, just being at that level, in there with those caliber of fighters, it puts experience in your arsenal. You know, you gain experience and you use it for these type of fights. For once, I'm the veteran in there, and you know I'm fighting the young lion, which usually is the other way around. But like I said, I mean, we're always ready to make adjustments. If we have a plan, but if we need to make adjustments, we're going to make them in the ring, and we're ready to go.
That is former world title challenger Miguel Flores, and he will fight against this man. 15-0 as a professional, number 1 in the world with both the IBF and the WBO. Welcome, Sam. Great to be back on the stage like this with some of the Mad Bunch, I believe, joining us here today.
Yeah, absolutely. They started rolling in, so by Sunday you'll hear the full force of the Mad Bunch. They'll be going off. They'll be blind, so it will be rocking in the Gold Coast.
Where are you at the moment? Clearly, you have to wait around for a shot. We think that the world title fight is taking place on Boxing Day, but why have you made the decision to stay busy and fight a fighter of this calibre?
Because I'm always in the gym, Ben. So look, if I'm in the gym, I might as well be fighting. I want to stay active. I want to stay busy, and I want to get paid as well. So look, they're all the factors of why I've took this fight. And at this level, there's no easy fights either. So I'm happy to take on a guy like Miguel Flores.
When his name was thrown up, it must have been enticing to see the sorts of people he shared the ring with.
Yeah, absolutely. He's been in with the best, but look, he's about to be in there with me. And look, like the other fights went, he's not winning this one.
Is this a fight where you try and send a message to Inoue and to Parles?
Look, I know there's a lot of eyes on this event and this match, so I'm going to be looking to send a message to everyone in the division and anyone who's got those belts. So whatever I have to do to get my hands on those belts, I'll do.
And does it excite you even further to know not only are we live on Main Event, of course, but Showtime in the United States, who've had a good taste of what you do, and we'll get to see you again?
Absolutely. It's such a massive platform, and I'm stoked to be a part of it again. And look, I'm ready to go. So I'm ready to put on the performance of my lifetime and destroy this bloke.
That is Sam Goodman. He fights Miguel Flores in our co-main event. And ladies and gentlemen, that does take us to what will be the main event of Sunday, live on Main Event and Showtime, and across the road, of course, if you can get there live. It is the WBO Super Welterweight World Title fight between Australia's own Tszyu and this man, the challenger from America, Brian Mendoza. Brian, where were you? You turned up late.
Not trying to be the superstar move or anything like that, just a mix up with my pickup. That was it, man. Just I was hanging back ready and got here when we got here. Sorry about being late.
Oh, that's all right. I thought maybe there would be a story there. We could start to not like you. People seem to have really warmed to you here. Are you feeling the love here in Australia?
Yeah, like I keep saying, I even over social media, I was getting love and everything, but in person, man, everybody's been receiving me with lots of love. And I know you guys might not be fully rooting for me, but I hope to gain a few more fans after fight night.
Some of the people here may not have seen you fight. They may have seen some of the clips of recent knockouts that you have pulled out. What does it feel like to punch as hard as you do?
You got to ask my opponents that. I don't know.
What did it feel like looking at Sebastian Fundora, for example, when you hit him with that massive left hook and he was unconscious on his feet?
It felt incredible, man. That's a feeling I can't really describe. And like I keep saying, especially being the underdog role in these situations and everything, and still pulling something like that off, it's a dream come true, man. It's a high I'm going to be chasing for the rest of my life.
If it was a dream come true, have you had a dream that you do something similar this Sunday against the world champion Tszyu?
I've had quite a few, but you guys have to see how those unfold.
Tell us one. Tell us one of the dreams that you've had about this fight.
The common denominator is my hand gets raised at the end of the night.
And what would that mean, that moment, becoming a fully fledged, legitimate world champion after where you've been on your journey and having to come back with what would be 4 incredible wins on the trot?
I mean, man, what can I say? I made my own real-life Rocky story. It obviously wasn't. I didn't mean to start it that way when I started my career, but it's you have ups and downs in life, and this is what it is, man. I clawed my way back from obscurity, and now at this point, I'm chasing greatness. I want this belt, and it'll change my life, my family's life, and everybody around me. So that's what you'll see. I'll be fighting that way in the ring.
Everyone's been nice, and it's been pretty cordial between yourself and Tszyu, but yesterday he told us in no uncertain terms that now he has hatred towards you. He hates you. Do you have anything similar to say?
I don't care, man. We still got to see me in the ring, and it is what it is, man. Love me or hate me, I'm there to win and get the job done.
Fantastic. That is Brian Mendoza. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is a man who's 23-0 with 17 stoppages. He is the world champion, the WBO Super Welterweight Champion of the world, Australia's own Tszyu. Tim, we've kept you waiting there for a long time. How are you feeling this close to a weigh-in, wearing a new suit, sitting in the sun?
Yeah, I regret it. It's quite hot, especially with those lights. I'm struggling, let's just say that.
Did you fall a victim of your own style there?
It's a Tszyu show, so I was going to put it on. So, but now, yeah, I wish I just wore a singlet or something.
How are you feeling here on the Gold Coast, though? Because walking around and spending your time in these sorts of events, there is just so much love and excitement from the people of the Gold Coast about you coming back with now a legitimate world title.
Yeah, it's a good feeling. I haven't been out too much, just around a little bit, but I definitely do feel the love. And this is one of the reasons why I always come back here, and Gold Coast feels like a second home, and I thank everyone here for that support.
And I see you got a new car for the week, did you?
We always swap it around, you know. Why drive a Toyota Corolla when you can rock up in a Lambo?
I mentioned that you said to us about the hatred, about the feelings that are starting to come into your minds and starting to impact the way that you are headed towards this fight. Can you just talk to us about what that mindset change is this close to such an important fight against such a legitimate fighter and big puncher?
Yeah, zoned in, you know. There's no there's no love at all whatsoever. And that's what happens to each one of my opponents when I face them, is that, yeah, I guess every little thing frustrates me about them. And I just got one thing on my mind, and that's victory by any means.
What frustrates you about this guy, Brian Mendoza?
It's nothing about him. He's taken away everything that I've ever worked for, you know. I feel like, as a warrior, this is like me defending my land, and he's come onto my land, and there's no way that I'm going to allow that for him to try take it.
George alluded to the fact that maybe people are being a little bit too nice to him. Would you like them to turn on him perhaps tomorrow at the weigh-in and Sunday at the fights?
No, he's a good guy. I'm not into all that booing and all that stuff, but I think when fight night comes, he'll definitely feel the hostile crowd of the Tszyu land.
He said that he is the bigger puncher in this fight to us during the face-off. You sort of were happy to let him have that, but what about now as we get closer and you start to think about what's going to happen in this fight? Who is the bigger puncher in this fight?
Yeah, I'm not here to do comparisons. He's got a couple of real nice highlight KOs, and I hope to pull one of them on him on Sunday.
We've talked a lot about the momentum of his last 3 fights. What about the momentum of your last 23? How does it feel being undefeated?
23-0 for a reason. No one's figured out the puzzle. I guess for him, there's been 2, and he's on the ball, he's on the roll, yes. But 23 numbers don't lie.
Nice words, and still being a world champion if they come on Sunday.
Yeah, I'm not looking just for one. I want all 4. You know, this is because of one man's bitchiness, I'd say. But I want all 4.
Is there a message to come for Jermell Charlo on Sunday, or is there something for him now?
I'm in the present moment right now. I'm focused on what really matters, and Brian Mendoza, not thinking about that other bloke.
Anything final for us, for the people of the Gold Coast and all of those tuning in Australia and around the world ahead of a big world title fight?
From me?
Yes.
Don't blink.
We will not. Ladies and gentlemen, that is our world title fight. Tszyu and Brian Mendoza, they're fighting for the WBO Super Welterweight Championship of the World. Get there on Sunday, but do join us tomorrow at 11 a.m. local time for the weigh-in at this very venue. It's going to be a big day, and Sunday is going to be a very, very memorable fight. Right now, we are going to get the 2 main event fighters to face off for us. This is the main fight, of course, between Tszyu and Brian Mendoza. You'll see all the action, of course, here on the Gold Coast on Sunday and live on Main Event. Thanks for your company here at the official press conference. We'll see you tomorrow at the weigh-in. I'm Ben Damon. I'll see you at the fights.